Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Delane Watson from jamiedelanewatson.com. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about how to use back button focus on your Canon camera. I have the Canon 5D Mark III and this is the 50mm f1.2 professional L series lens. So I'm going to talk about how to set your camera up with back button focus and why we would set it up with back button focus in the first place. So here we go. Okay, so to find your custom controls, we are going to go here to the camera setting, and it's on the second sub-menu of this one here. Right at the bottom, you can see custom controls. So this is going to pull up all the buttons available on your camera and how to switch what they're used for. So as you go through here, this handy guide shows you exactly where it is on the camera. So this is the shutter button. So by default, it's pressed to the autofocus start. So usually you press the shutter halfway down to lock in the focus, and then you press the shutter all the way down to take a picture. I have this set to auto exposure lock, which means that when I press the shutter halfway down, it will not change the focus. Then what I have instead to focus is I set up this star key right here. I have that set up to autofocus. By default, when you get your camera, it's set up to auto exposure lock, but we have that instead to the focus. So we're going to want to switch those two buttons, the shutter button and the star button, and once you have that set up, you can keep watching. So I'm going to show you with my beautiful models here why I use back button focus and the advantages to this in action. So I tend to use my center focus point, and I have it set up so this multi-controller thing here, I select my focus points using that. So it's really quick and handy while I'm shooting. It's on center about 90% of the time, but every now and then I will put it right off to one side or the other. So I'm going to use center, and I'm going to show you here how I focus and recompose. So I'll be focusing on the subject's eyes first off in my camera. So I'm focusing on Jen's eyes here because she's a little bit in front of Brandon. So we really want that to be sharp. So I'm going to focus on her eyes. And if I take a picture just like this, her eyes are right in the center of the frame, and that's not exactly how I want it. So I need to focus on her eyes and then recompose to how I wanted that photo to be. So you see how I did that using the back button. The problem with the shutter button is if you press that halfway down to focus, you can only take one photo, because then the minute you go to take another photo with the composition you want, it will focus when it's pressed halfway down, and it would probably focus on her arm. When it's separated, I can focus on her eye, and I can just keep taking photos here, and they're all focused because I've locked in the focus with the back button. So that's one great advantage. Okay, so the other great advantage, the second one to using back button focus, is when your subjects are in motion. Because if you have to press the shutter halfway down and then take the photo, that's hard to do while they're constantly moving because it's the same function, it's a different function on the same button. By separating the functions, it means that I can hold down the back button star to focus the entire time and take pictures while I'm going. So it's also very important when you're using back button focus that your drive mode is AI servo, which means it's focusing continually. So when I'm using back button focus, I can actually hold it down the entire time, even then I only let it go when I'm focused on what I want to focus on, and then I let go, and then I can press the shutter. While the subject's moving towards me, I'm going to want to have this pressed down the entire time, because then it's always focusing as they're moving towards me. Now I don't want to have it on center focus point, because then it's going to be focusing somewhere on their midsection while they're walking towards me. I want it to be on all focus points, because then it's going to pick the one closest to me. So let's see this in action. So I have it set up on all focus points, which you can usually set by pressing the button next to the star. And so it's set to all focus points, AI servo, back button focus. I'm going to get my settings right here. I'm shooting at ISO 400 and 2.0 in 1/60th of a second. And so I'm just going to do this setup here, and then Brandon and Jen are going to look at one another and walk towards me here. And I'm holding down the back button the whole time so it's focused. That's awesome. Then you guys can look here. Perfect. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching today. If you want any more information on any of my gear, you can go to jamiedelanewatson.com/gear and download the full list of my gear, my lighting, the camera bags I use, all of that good stuff. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, and comment below because I love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching today.